Hello everyone. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to describe a building and its different parts in English. This is a very useful topic for speaking, writing, and everyday conversation. By the end of this video, you'll be able to talk about buildings more confidently and use important vocabulary from Oxford Word Skills Intermediate. So, let's go. A substantial and impressive semi-detached house full of original features and just a short walk from the town center. Here we have some vocabularies. Substantial means large in amount, size, or importance, okay? And impressive. Impressive is something that leaves a strong positive impact because of its size, quality, or appearance. And semi-detached, a house joined to another on one side. Okay? And as you know, original is something that existed from the beginning or is not a copy, feature, a distinctive aspect or characteristic of something. So let's continue. Inside, the hall leads to two spacious reception rooms and an enormous kitchen. Upstairs, there are 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms on the first and second floors, with a narrow staircase to a further bedroom in the attic. There is also a basement, which could be converted into a separate 1-bedroom flat, and a cellar currently used to store things. We have lead, the word of lead, to guide or go in a specific direction. What's the meaning of spacious? Spacious means large and with plenty of room. Enormous means very large in size or amount. A staircase is a set of stairs and its surrounding structure. Attic, a space or room located under the roof of a house. And basement, the lower floor of a building, often below ground level. Converted something into something, to change the function or purpose of something. And separate is not connected or together, distinct. Cellar is a room below ground level, often used for storage or wine. And currently means at the present time. Store something means to keep something in a specific place for future use. Okay. Outside, the house has pretty shutters either side of the front windows. There is a lawn at the front, and the drive provides plenty of parking. There is also a small walled garden at the back. We have 2 important vocabularies. One of them is lawn, an area of grass in a yard or garden, and walled, enclosed or surrounded by a wall. Okay. If you are eager, let's go to vocabulary, to practices, and do the exercises. And here we have a spotlight, passage, corridor, hall. A passage is a long, narrow way with walls on both sides that leads somewhere. An underground passage. And a corridor is a passage in a large building or on a train. A hall is a room or a small passage just inside the entrance to the house. Okay. Circle the correct word. The flat is substantial, but not very attractive. I'm on the ground floor and my sister lives downstairs in the cellar. No, in the basement. Okay. There were no seats on the train, so I had to stand in the corridor, and there is a very wide hall in our flat. He parked his car in the drive. Just after the new sections, there is a little passage that leads to the high street. Okay, we've got a small lawn in the garden where we sit in the summer. So as I said in last slide, hall is a room or a small passage. The corridor is a passage in a large building or on a train, and a passage is a long narrow way with walls on both sides. Okay. And lawn here, as I said, is an area of grass in a yard or garden. Okay, let's do number 3. Replace the underlined word or phrase with a word or phrase that has the same meaning. There is a large living room. Large, so you call spacious. We can replace that with a spacious. The living room is absolutely huge. Here we can use enormous. Where do you keep your garden furniture in the winter? Keep, you can use a store. When do you store your garden furniture in the winter? They've got a very small garden. Very small, you can say tiny. There is a very elegant set of stairs. You can use a staircase. And the back door goes into the garden. You can say leads to the garden. We could change or we could convert that room into the bathroom. Okay. And practice number 4, complete the words in the text. My brother has just bought a very substantial 6-bedroom house. It's a 1930s semi-detached house. And currently it is in terrible condition, but it will be very nice when he has done some work on it. As you approach it, there is a long drive up to the front door with enough space for about 3 cars. Inside the hall leads to the living room, dining room, and kitchen. And from the kitchen, there are stairs down to cellar, where they plan to store wine and other things. At the back, there is a huge garden, big enough for a football pitch, and around the garden there is a high stone wall. There are 2 garages, and they might convert one into a study. And complete the sentences in the same way. For example, one of the main features of the building is the beautiful windows. Or can you see the smoke coming out of the chimney? It's an old house and it still has the original windows and fireplaces. And there is a big cupboard in the hall, which is useful for storage. I need about 100 watt to finish the low wall at the front, bricks. And I'll have to go up on the roof to repair the chimney. So in the same way, you can answer the other practices.